I can't see you guys. Oh my goodness. Okay, we are live. Hello. Happy Tuesday. I have these cool polarized glasses on, and they're really great for protecting my eyes, but at the same time it makes it very hard to see the screen. But it looks like we are live. Happy Tuesday. Happy spring break. Welcome to my front porch. We're doing Teacher Tip Tuesday from here today because it's spring break, but today is a very, very special Teacher Tip Tuesday. It is the 100th episode or broadcast or whatever you want to call it of Teacher Tip Tuesday, and I am super excited to be here today. I'm not supposed to be working, but I don't consider this work. I love hanging out with you guys. So if you are catching me live, please say hello. I saw a little thumbs up. Did I see that? I don't think I'm gonna be able to check all this stuff, but I will check when we are done. Say hello. I would love to chat with you later. And if you are catching this on the replay, also say hello then, because I will be checking these. So, 100 episodes, 100 broadcasts of Teacher Tip Tuesday. That is a lot of information, and I have taken the last week or so and sifted through all of the previous broadcasts. And when I did that, and I hope the wind is not too much. I actually have you guys on my phone today, so I hope the wind is not making weird sounds. If it is, somebody let me know. Maybe we'll go back inside. But it's so gorgeous. It's so nice out. I don't want to go back inside. So in my research for today's live, I discovered and then remembered that I had already done a favorites video once before, and that was Emma's suggestion last week, was that I do my 5 favorite Teacher Tip Tuesdays, and I thought that's perfect. And then as I'm going through, I realized, oh yeah, I already did that. But this is still going to be a favorites broadcast, but instead of it being my favorite broadcasts, it's going to be my my 5 favorite tips, and I'm going to tell you why they're my favorite tips as well. So I'm going to take 1 second here and just make sure that everything is going still. If you are on live, can you give me a like or a thumbs up or something? Because I am struggling getting my phone to do anything here as I knock it all around. We are professionals. Yes. Okay. Well, we're going to trust that it's working, and we're going to trust that you can hear me and that I don't have to do this again later. Now, these are 5 of my favorite tips in no particular order. I am going to count them down 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, but that doesn't mean that number 1 is my absolute favorite. It just means that that's the one that's at the bottom of my list. So here we go. Number 5 actually comes from this year. I have 2 from this year, even though it's only April. The first one, number 5, I should say, is from January 5th. It was Teacher Tip Tuesday number 89, how to have your most musical year ever. And this tip that was my favorite from that one was tip number 1. Tip number 1 was to take a family music class together. And the reason that's my favorite is that we have done family music classes at the Academy before, and they are the most fun group activity that I have ever participated in. I love our camps, I love our classes, but those family classes, getting to see the kids interact with their parents in a new way, getting to see the parents teaching and interacting with their children as they are learning is such a fun and cool experience, and I love it. So that is why that was my favorite tip from that Teacher Tip Tuesday. Number 4 comes from March of this year, from Teacher Tip Tuesday number 97. It was from March 16th. 4 ways that playing an instrument helps relieve, playing an instrument helps relieve stress. And I just realized I didn't write down the tip that I loved from that one. Well, we're gonna have to skip it and go on to the next one, I guess. How about that? All right, let's move on to the next one. The next one comes from way back in October of 2018, October 30th. This is one I did the whiz bang. You're gonna hear my neighbor's car. Sorry, we're out front. This one was about memorization. It came from our whiz bang recital prep series, and I did this memorization one as two-part. I did why memorization is important and then tips for memorizing. And I am not a big memorizer. It's not a skill that I have come to easily. I'll put it that way. I can memorize, I do memorize, but it's not the easiest thing for me to do. But I know that it's important. Oh, this was from Teacher Tip Tuesday number 12, by the way, going way back in the day. So why memorizing is important. Number 3 was confidence. It builds so much confidence in your performance. It is unparalleled to any other preparation out there. And here comes the wind, so you probably can't hear me right now. That's what I get for being outside. At our teacher concert, I played a piece that I had memorized like 15, 20 years ago. And even though it's not fully memorized, I had so much confidence playing it because of all of that groundwork that I laid down while memorizing. It set it in my fingers and in my mind in a way that nothing else can do that. So that is why memorization is so important to me. There we go. That's the third one. Number 2, are we counting up, down? We're counting down. Number 2 comes from last year. This was from Teacher Tip Tuesday number 80. I had special guest Miss Shayna with me. Shout out to Miss Shayna. Hope you're having a good spring break. We did how to voice lesson with a mask. So we had been back in person for a couple of months after the lockdown, and we were just starting to get some vocal students who wanted in-person lessons but did not feel comfortable wearing a regular mask while singing. And Miss Shayna had some really great tips about how to wear a mask while singing and having a lesson. But number 1 was the one that sat the most with me, and if you go back and watch that video, you will see my reaction and like that thought process of, oh yeah. So let me tell you what it is. It's get the right mask. So there's this thing called a singer's mask, and there's so many different versions of it now. At the time there weren't that many. There were maybe 2 or 3 versions, but now there's a lot of different versions of it. And her part of that tip that really resonated with me was how you know you've got the right mask is that it doesn't move. And I had been through about 3 different masks at that point to teach in that all moved, every single one of them. And I had an aha moment right in the middle of that Teacher Tip Tuesday when she said, it doesn't move. I just went, oh, I need to get a new mask. Even if it's not a singer's mask to sing in, I still need a new mask. So that one really stuck out to me. And then the other part was the shape and then the fact that it had ties. I love that that mask has ties, and I still haven't gotten mine, if you can believe it. I need to get it, because singing with that is going to be a whole lot easier. All right, number 1, drum roll. It's not really truly number 1, but that's okay. Number 1 comes from 2019, from the end of April 30th, 2019. At that point in time, I was not putting numbers on our Teacher Tip Tuesday broadcasts. and in the titles. And I don't know what number that one was, but it's from April 30th. I had Maris with me at the time, and we were talking about setting up practice reminders. And my favorite one from that one is number 2, which is write yourself a note on a Post-it and stick it everywhere. And I mean everywhere. That tip, since that day, and even before then, but particularly since that day, I have given that tip to more students, and it has been more students than I can count, and it has been the most used and successful practice strategy that I've had for any of my students. And it's as simple as writing stuff on Post-its. And in my lessons, this is a little tip for other teachers out there. In my lessons, I will pull out a stack of Post-it notes, all different colors, and I'll say, all right, we're gonna write yourself a note, different color for a different strategy, or a different color for a different time of day, or whatever you're breaking it down as. Give it different colors, and then those different colors go in different places of the house. So maybe one goes on the fridge, maybe one goes on the mirror in the bathroom to remind you, oh hey, you just brushed your teeth, you should go play your scales now. That is one of the things I love about Post-its. They're so versatile. You can use them for anything. And that probably is my number one, like legit number one favorite tip over the last 100 Teacher Tip Tuesdays. So let's do our recap. I forget which one I had to, oh, I see it now. Okay, I have my notes as always. So here you go. Number 5 was from your most musical year ever. Number 89, take a family music class. You will not regret it. It is so much fun. Whether you do it in person or virtual, you will love it. Number 4 was from Teacher Tip Tuesday number 80, how to have a voice lesson with a mask. Make sure you get the right mask. It helps, right? Right tools, right mask. Number 3 comes from Teacher Tip Tuesday number 57. Nope. We skipped that one. My bad. Memorization. Ha! I totally skipped one. Let's go back. From Teacher Tip Tuesday number 57. This is what happens when I'm outside. The sun just totally distracts me. Anyway, 4 warm-ups for any instrument. That was the subject of Teacher Tip Tuesday number 57 from January 29th, 2020. And my favorite one was number 4. It actually came from Mr. Chris, our guitar and ukulele instructor. And he calls it fingering combinations. And what he did on each ukulele string was he had you put 4 fingers, 1 on each fret, and you just play, and you play 4, 3, 2, 1, releasing 1 finger each time, and then you move to the next string and do the same thing. You move the next string, do the same thing. You can do this on any instrument. It does not have to be done on a string instrument. It can be done just on any instrument. You can do it on the piano. You can go 1, 2, 3, 4, 2, 3, 4, 5, 3, 4, 5, 1, 4, 5, 1, 2, 5, 1, 2, 3, and so on and so forth. And my neighbors just got home. They like to talk loud. Sorry. Okay, now for the recap for reals this time. Number 5, take a family music class. Number 4, for voice lessons, for any lesson, for life, make sure you have the right mask. You don't want it to move when you talk or sing. Number 3 is that finger warm-up that we just discussed. Fingering combinations. It can be done on any instrument. You can come up with any combination. You can even do it on voice. I believe we talk about that in that video, so you can go check that out. Number 2 is memorizing. Why memorizing is so important? It instills a kind of confidence in your performance like nothing else can. And number 1, I am going to say this is my number 1 favorite tip from the last 100 Teacher Tip Tuesdays. Setting up practice reminders, the best way is with a Post-it note. You can put it anywhere, you can write anything on it. it seems like everybody's coming home now. So I'm going to say goodbye for now. We will not have a broadcast next week. I will be taking the day off. It's my birthday. But I will catch you guys in a couple weeks for number 101. I hope you enjoy the rest of your week. If you're on spring break, enjoy the rest of your spring break. If you're not, I hope you have a wonderful rest of your day, and I will catch you in a couple of weeks. Bye. And my phone won't stop.